Hey, it says I'm live. Hi there. I see that there's a couple of people watching. I can see there's 14 people on here. This is very early in the morning for me. 15. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first live since May this year. It's been ages, and quite a few people have been asking, "Are you going to do another live stream?" It's something I enjoy doing, so here I am. At the moment, it is 6:30 in the morning on Monday morning for me. You get the treat of seeing the sun starting to come up behind me. It doesn't actually look that vibrantly blue in real life, but on my screen it looks absolutely spectacular. Kia ora, Andrea. Oh my goodness, Andrea, you're in New Zealand too. I hope you always wake up early like this, that you haven't woken up early just for this. Yes, I will be enjoying my 2-week school holidays. This is why I'm here on a Monday morning. Oh, here they all come. Hello, Major Old Lady. Hello, Sue, Karina, Angie, Andrea, of course, Chris, Linda, Tiffany. Awesome. Hey, look, lovely to see you guys. As Andrea said, it is school holidays here, and that is probably the main thing that stops me from doing live streams, is because I have school, and so I don't really have the time for. Well, Tony and George's, and so yes, today is day one of our 2-week school holiday. We've got four terms in the year. And between the three during the year, our school year starts at the beginning of the year, unlike the Northern Hemisphere, where I realize it revolves around summer. Of course, summer for us is over Christmas and New Year as well. So that's ready for the school year. 2-week break, third term, 2-week break, and that's what we're starting now. And so for this first week, my main intent is to relax. Oh, my connection is unstable. Sorry, I just got a thing there saying my connection is unstable. I'm really sorry if that happens. I am in a rural area. I can't control the internet, so I really hope it's not an issue. But anyway, so this first week, the aim is to relax as much as I possibly can. And in the second week, my one brother, his wife, and family, they are coming to stay. And so my parents and myself and my husband, we live in the South Island. If you imagine that New Zealand is 2 islands, and my brothers live near the top of the top one, and we live midway down the bottom one. And so, heaps more of you. It's lovely to see. Lots of names that I recognize from comments and other communication. Welcome, all of you. So anyway, my brother, his wife, and their family are coming in the second week, and they've got 5 children, and some of them are teenagers. So I thought I better do all my relaxing this week, because next week I'm going to enjoy myself, but I wouldn't call it relaxing. So welcome to all of you. Look, I haven't planned too many things for this live stream. I'll give you a few ideas. I will talk to you a little bit about what's happening at the moment in New Zealand. People have asked in previous live streams what's happening in the whole world situation. How does that impact New Zealand? I'm happy to answer questions. Barbara, I see your question. Have we moved yet? I'll answer that one as well. I'll let you in on a little bit of news from around here, a little bit of news from songs and things. Hugs to lovely Luna. She's here next to me. It's like I said, it's just after 6:30 in the morning, and Luna is not a morning puppy. So I might be able to get her on my lap. Loony. And then I've got, she's always up for a cuddle. Here she is, sleepy puppy. I'll just move my screen so you can see her properly. Good morning. Say hi to everyone. This is sleepy Luna. She has not been awake for very long. And I've got a little game for us as well. So I don't know if you saw when I put this on my community stream that as soon as this live stream ends, I'm going to make another video public. So I've got one of my normal videos. I tend to do them about once a week. I don't keep a strict schedule myself. It's when I feel inspired, and I happen to feel inspired a lot because I love doing this type of thing. And so I will give you clues as to what that video is, and it can be a bit of a game for us here if you like. Let's crack into it. So I'm always happy to do questions. I've said this in the past. It's very hard for me to follow the comments all the time. I look as I go, but if you've got any questions, I'm always happy to answer them. If I don't seem like I'm answering them, I'll tell you if I don't want to answer it. So it won't be that I'm ignoring you. It just means I haven't. So feel free to ask again. So the first question I saw was Barbara's a little while back, and she asked, have I moved yet? Some of you may know that my husband and I are in the process of building a house. On AJ, you're just asking the same thing as well. We've had the land for a couple of years, and it's really quite cool how that happened. We when we first came to the West Coast together for a visit, I'd been to the West Coast, which is where we live, a number of times. And my husband, it was his first time coming to the West Coast, and he loved it. I've always loved it. And long story short, we decided to live there. But while we were here on our first trip, we took a selfie by a beach. And it was a rainy day. We'd heard that this was an amazing beach to visit. And it was a bit of a grim day, so we didn't go all the way down. We just stood and took a selfie, is what you do these days. Anyway, I liked it because we both looked beautiful, and I stuck it on my phone as my wallpaper. Shortly afterwards, we ended up, my husband got work here, and we ended up moving to the coast. So I said to him, oh, it's because I've got the photo on my phone. So we had a bit of a laugh about that. Fast forward a little bit, and we saw this land for sale, and it wasn't for sale through the usual channels. It wasn't on any of the real estate pages or anything like that. It was a private sale for far less than what it was worth, and we ended up buying it. And that's when I realized where we were standing in our photo was right opposite the land. So we were standing on the roadside by the beach, and the land we ended up buying was right opposite the road. So it's a very special photo on my phone. I'm not going to show it to you because I want to respect privacy of my husband, which he would appreciate. But it's a very cool photo, a very special photo because of that. So we've had this land since about 2019, and we started building. When I say we built, if we built it, it would fall down. So we've got a builder to build for us. And they started work beginning of this year. They have said we should be in by Christmas. We tend to visit every week. And the last time we went, they're working on the deck outside, and they've painted all the internal walls. So the next section is to carpet and tile the bathrooms, and the plumbing, the bits are sticking out and the light bits are sticking out. And sorry to hear that the connection is not so good. Apologies, I'm in a rural area. That's something I really can't avoid. Sorry, Dorothy. So yeah, news on the house. We are visiting. We hope to be in by Christmas, and it's very possible that it will be sooner. Okay, so Tony's asked, when upon the seas you ceased to roam, where did your family first make their home? Tony, I love your rhymes all the times. And yes, Andrea, it was meant to be our new home. It just feels so serendipitous, I guess would be the word. It just feels very special to us. And every time we go there, it's like our souls just relax. It's a special, special place. It's got a view of the sea, and it's very special. But we feel very blessed, very lucky to be there, because we never in a million years thought that we would, one, build our own house, and second, build it on such gorgeous land. Anyway, some of you may know that I grew up on a ship. So my accent isn't pure New Zealand. I was born in South Africa. My mother is originally South African. My father is originally Zimbabwean. And when I was 18 months old, they became missionaries, and they went to work on a ship. And so if you're interested in which one, it was called the Doulos. It doesn't exist anymore. It got too old. But anyway, so my dad is a captain from South Africa, Johannesburg. I will say that in a bit. So I was born in Cape Town. But anyway, so I was 18 months old, and we flew to Mexico, and we got on a ship, and I essentially stayed there off and on until I was 12. South Africa was during apartheid time, and we had South African passports. So every time the ship was in other parts of Africa or Asia, the apartheid sanctions stood, fair enough. And so it meant that we had to go back to South Africa. So I've been back for a couple of months at a time in different places in South Africa, just until the ship went to where we could join again. When we and left the ship, we went onto the ship when the ship was in New Zealand, and did a couple of months around New Zealand, and then it went to Australia. And my family were trying to go to Australia. The organization that the ship was part of needed people to run what they call their offices in this part of the world. And so my parents tried to go to Australia to help with the home office there. This is all voluntary work that they were doing. But their qualifications didn't stand up to Australian immigration. My dad, as a sea captain, they had enough of them. My mum was a midwife, but she hadn't worked as one since I'd been born. And Australia wouldn't let them in. And New Zealand also needed someone, and New Zealand let us in. And no offense to any Australians who might be listening. I'm guessing you won't be, because not live anyway. You might catch this afterwards. Australians are a couple of hours behind us, so they should be asleep. But actually, I find that the New Zealand culture fits my family's culture and certainly my personality a lot better than Australian. Those of you in America and Canada, it's a little bit like America, Canada with how the culture is possibly. Am I going to sing or play live? Yes, of course I will. Right, let me just scroll back a little bit. Not the rural area for internet. Yeah, I do know that we do get problems here though sometimes as well. If the power cuts, it's not because I'm sick of you all. It just does happen sometime. And if you suddenly hear big loud sirens, it doesn't mean that the world's coming to an end. This house we're in now is the schoolhouse. So I work at a school, which is just about 50 meters up the road. And so this house belongs to the school. We're renting it from the school. And we're very lucky that we get a gorgeous lake view. You can see in there, that little patch of blue there, that's a little peak of the lake. The lake stretches a huge way. So we're very, very lucky that we're in a house that that is very close to my work, that has the most incredible view, but we are itching to go to my new house, well, to our new house, of course. But yeah, if you hear sirens, we're also right opposite the fire station. And because it's rural, it is a volunteer fire brigade. They all live on farms all around the place and in this little township. This township, only about 80 permanent residents. It's a very small place. But it means that don't phone them all to say, hey, there's a fire. It means that there's a very loud siren. And I've often wondered, what if I'm doing a live and that siren goes? Because it's ear-piercingly loud. We cannot sleep through it. And I know previous people who have lived in this house, they've joined the fire brigade because they're like, well, we're awake anyway, so we may as well join them. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, we are to play or sing live. Thank you for sharing the family's history in South Africa, New Zealand, Australia connection. Yes, so we're only in New Zealand because Australia didn't want us, but again, serendipity, I think it's worked out for the best because New Zealand is a much more subtle, gentle culture, I guess. Andrea, if you're still watching, feel free to add in your 2 cents. Andrea's a Kiwi as well. I don't know her, but I know her through this. But yeah, Australians, this is very much generalized. It's a more extroverted culture, whereas New Zealand's a more introverted culture. And I am a more introverted person, believe it or not. Okay, so what I thought I would do is after, yeah, us Kiwis are laid back. I would say Aussies are too, but maybe in a different way. Morning, Barbara. Morning, Narelle, and morning, Marlo. All these other people, really. Marilyn, lovely to see you. My connection is sketchy. I really can't help it. But look, I hope you're enjoying the sunrise behind me. I got out of bed. My husband's alarm goes at 6. Normally I'm awake by then, and I was, but very softly awake. The alarm went at 6. And so just to get, I've got a light on and a light on just so that it's not too dark in here. And to get set up, the time just absolutely flew. It was a bit crazy. So what I decided to do is after this, we're going to have a live stream launch, not a live stream launch, a premiere of a new video. And normally I give a few little clues on the community page as to what the video might be. And I thought, well, guys have made the effort to come to the live stream. Really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Critch1901. That's gorgeous. So I thought I'd give you a few clues so you can type your things in the comments and we'll see who wins. We'll see who comes up with what it is, okay? Right, the song I'm going to be taking, it's all done already, but the song that will launch after this was made in 1986. So feel free your guesses. The song was #1 in 25 different countries. I'm just reading your comments at the same time. Awesome. No one's into guessing mode yet. It means I have to give some more clues. I love how you're all talking to each other as well. That's very, very cool. Oh, thank you. Oh, Andrea, I'm sorry to hear that. So 1986, #1 in 25 countries. And apparently this song was a hot favorite of Lady Di's. So Princess Diana, this was one of her favorite songs. And so any idea in the comments what that song might have been? No, it's okay. Well, this is bombing. Tell you what, I'm going to leave those clues sitting with you and just tell you a little bit about what it's been like here this year with COVID stuff and all that as well. It's not an Elton song. I know I would have thought that as well. No, the singer was not an Elton John song. Keep guessing, but I'll just give you a little heads. on the situation in New Zealand as we go. I'm going to give more clues, Sue. It's not Michael Jackson either. Okay. In 2020, now again, I'm coming from a background of being in a school when all this is happening, not Michael Jackson, not Uptown Girl, and it's not Warwick either. In a school in 2020, things went absolutely crazy. And so when we were getting towards the end of 2020, everyone was saying, oh, bring on 2021. This was just the most awful year. And I think probably everyone was saying it. And then 2021, it was the same for you guys. I'm sure it was. In fact, I did a Christmas song in 2020, which said something like 2020 be done. We need 2021. And I go, oh, if only I knew 2021. Suddenly it wasn't just COVID. It was political weird stuff as well. Some unrest around the world. It was just nasty. Not George Michael. Not Say You Say Me, although that's a brilliant song by Lionel Richie. I do like that song. And so 2021 came and we had thought this would be the better year, and it just got harder. And, you know, when a pandemic just continues, it gets really draining. So, of course, towards the end of 2021, everyone in schools and probably everyone everywhere was saying, bring on 2022. This will be the good year. And it wasn't. This, from the perspective of being in a school, has been the hardest year ever. For us in New Zealand, we managed to keep COVID pretty much out of our country because of very strong for letting people stop at the border and quarantine and all that sort of stuff. So New Zealand was essentially closed until Omicron came. And so for me to work in a school, I had to be double vaccinated, I had to be boosted. And there was a lot of controversy around that, which I don't really want to get into. But the population was really well protected by having closed borders. We're an island nation. And Omicron came and it just kind of destroyed it. The good thing was that a huge majority of people were vaccinated by the time COVID came in. But when it came in like a tornado. Omicron, thank goodness, is not as dangerous as some of the other strains have been. And so, like everywhere, we've had a death toll and it's been nasty. But certainly I think it would have been a lot worse had this happened in New Zealand in previous years. But what it meant for schools is that we couldn't run as normal. So we've had to have windows open all the time. We've had to have special ventilator fans in some places in schools. We've been wearing masks. We've not been able to have parents on site. And for schools, that's really difficult because the community is really important to the school. And we've had a lot of people with COVID. And so if you can imagine, we had stable numbers in our school or in many schools for months. Now it's much more settled. Now it seems pretty good. But, you know, we were running it sometimes with only 12 children in our school. Our school's only just over 50 children. It's not a big school. But we would also have teachers away. So a lot of people, pretty much kids and about half the teaching staff, have had COVID. I had COVID as well in June, which it was very mild. I still do feel some effects. My breathing, I've had it checked. My oxygen count is good, but it just feels like when I breathe, it used to breathe right down to here. Because I sing, I know how to control my breathing, but now it just feels like I'm over here. And it's frustrating. I can still sing well, but it just feels I need to really breathe to get it down to where it needs to be. So yeah, I'm almost nervous to say bring on 2023 because it hasn't worked for us for the last few years. Okay, let me go back to your guesses and we may need some more clues. Okay, let's see. Walk like an Egyptian. No, although I've done that one. If you look up MLM, so multi-level marketing, on my channel, I did a Walk Like an Egyptian song about MLMs. I'm not ashamed to admit I passionately hate network marketing, multi-level marketing. I've seen it destroy people. And I'm all for people trying to find a job or a side hustle or things like that. But all the experience that I've seen with MLMs and people that I know, it turns them quite predatory, just not wanting to be friends with people anymore, but to sell them stuff. And I just don't like that at all. And very, very few people make money from that. So if you're interested in that, look up the Walk Like an Egyptian on my channel page and MLMs. Right, let's see. Hello by Lionel. It's not a Lionel Richie song. Yeah, Munich Oktoberfest, I'm sure would have brought a lot of COVID. See, now we don't have restrictions really anymore. The country is open to tourists. Oh, look, you can see I like shining a little bit more in the sun. I'll just do it a little bit that way so you can enjoy the sunrise with me. Let's see. Will I have to wear a wig in this video? I wear a wig in every video because I wear wigs. My hair, look, this is not real. I've got an issue with my hair that I've had since I was about 8 years old. So yes, I will be wearing a wig in that video, but it's not a have to. For that, I always wear one. Let's see. Okay, I haven't seen any other guesses. It's a male singer. And here's some more clues. It's a love song. Okay, so the clues so far, 1986, #1 in 25 countries. It's purportedly Lady Di's favorite song, and it is a love song. And with that, it's not Madonna. I have done a Madonna song, though. I did Vogue, or I did Vague. Or Vague. Am I a single singer, or... I sing by myself, if that's what you mean. As for am I single or not, I am a married single singer, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I'm going to do, some people call this game Mad Libs. Oh, did I grab a pen? That's a bit silly. Let me just grab a pen, and you'll see how I dress for the occasion. I'm still in my pajama pants. You're not meant to see that on camera, but look, there's the behind the scenes. It's not Bryan Adams either. That's a good guess. Okay, I'm going to call out things like adjectives, verbs, nouns, and I'm going to see. You type one up, and I will put them in this. And then I've got the lyrics of the song, but I'm changing them. And then from that, you might be able to guess what it is. Okay, so first thing I need is an adjective which describes a noun. Has anyone got an adjective you can chuck there in the comments? I'm going to throw that in. Over there, yeah, the sunrise is just gorgeous, and yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. We just love it here. So, anyone got an adjective? It may just be that there's a lag and I'm not seeing it. Let me go to not seeing. Okay, so I'm adjective. I'm wanting a time of day, and I want a verb and an adverb. So here's your lesson. So time of day should be pretty easy. The verb, doing word, and an adverb to describe the doing word. So feel free to put in there. Okay, school dinners. Well, that's a noun. Preposterous. Okay, here we go. Adjective, noon. Here we go. Is it Elton John? No, it's not. Sorry, I got noon before dawn, and it's not Candle in the Wind. It's not an Elton John song. Okay, I need a verb and an adverb. So something to do and something referring to how they do it. Lovingly, I've got the adverb. Now, what's the action? Please repeat several times what I need. Absolutely, I'm looking for a verb and action. Doing something. What are they doing? Right, I've got one. Or dance. Okay, perfect. Okay, next group of words I need a type of person, farm, grandparent, whatever you like. It's not Steve Winwood. Okay, please try to add Aotearoa New Zealand into the song. If there's a place, it'll be there. Let's see. So I'm looking for a noun, a verb, and another noun. Let's see. Sing for the noun. Oh no, sorry. The noun is sing. Verb. Duh. That shows what a good teacher I am. I'm calling sing a noun. Okay, so a type of person. Best friend. Another noun. This is going fast. Let's see. Who's got a noun for me? A name. Godmother. Yeah, it'll work. Actually, no. I will put that into type of person because I've got another one of them as well, I think. Have I? No, but I have that. Okay, I'm looking for a noun, an anything, as well as an item of clothing. Item of clothing. Okay, I'll have a princess. And an item of clothing, please. Olivia Newton-John, I did Olivia up pants, thank you. I'm just going to change it to pair of pants to make it fit. Poetic license. Something that people put in their hair. What subject do I teach at school? Currently, I I kind of teach everything, but I'm not I'm in the classroom. I'm the principal at the school. And so it's a primary school. So from age 5 right through till age 13, usually 12, 13. And so there's 3 classrooms in my school. They've each got their own teacher, but I will go in the different classes on different days to release the teachers, but I kind of oversee everything. So I oversee the curriculum, I'll oversee the property, the finance, all that sort of stuff. Gel hairspray. Sorry if I'm missing some. I'm looking and talking at the same time. It's a bit tricky. Okay, a verb, something that you do, as well as a body part. No, we're keeping this family friendly. And I tell you what, as I see other words that will fit further down, if I've got nouns and things, I'm going to put them in. Okay, I've got the hair one. Okay, I'm looking for a verb. Running. And a body part, please. I'm looking for a body part, an adjective, and a color. Body part, adjective, and a color. What could it be? You're good at this. I'm nearly finished, by the way. Leg. An adjective. Hello is the name of that song, Cats in Boxes. I think that's what it is. Oh, hello. No, it's not Hello by Lionel Richie. No. Color blue. Thank you. Adjective. I'll take hopelessly, but I'll make it hopeless. Just to make it fit. Okay. An ing verb like sitting, running, singing, clapping. Then I want a facial feature, please. An ing facial feature is, I'll say ear, and I've got toe, perfect. So I was looking for an ing verb. Planting, thank you. Okay, a kind of person. Who? Grandma, farmer, whatever you like there. I'm going to use 3 of them. So 3 types of people I need. And then I want a noun, verb, and time of day, and then that's it. It's not I'm no stranger to the rain. Royalty, give me an example of a royalty. Is it a queen? Is it a king? Is it a princess? Mother, grandma. Okay, I've got people and one more. Godmother, thank you. Okay, a noun. I'll take a mailman. That works. And now I just need a verb and a time of day. Verb, look at that sunrise, isn't it beautiful? Verb and time of day. I'm getting some great ones here. I realize there may well be a lag, so sorry if you're typing things and say, why is she not seeing this? Oh, I don't know what some of them are. Okay, evening, I've got time of day. Verb. A doing word. Yep, I've got time of day. Let's give us some doing words. I have to remind myself what nouns and verbs are still. I've been teaching for over 20 years, but it's what it is. Pound, yep. And no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do those ones. Cooking. I'll say never cook. And rest. Okay, I have got the song written. Now this is, I'm going to sing this in the tune of the other song. Let me give you a few more clues and see if you can come up with it. I have actually seen 1 or 2 people write what the song is. So, it's 1986, #1 in 25 countries. Lady Di's apparently favorite song. It is a love song. It was inspired by the memory of when the songwriter met their spouse. That was it's not girls just want to have fun. I have, Dorothy, if you haven't seen it, I have done that one as well. I say girls still know how to have fun. People think that just young girls can have fun, but I think all of us certainly can. It's in many movies, this song, including a recent Bachelor franchise on TV. Apparently the artist sang it live while some hapless bachelors and bachelorettes were smooching away. It's a polarizing song. Many people love it. Many people absolutely hate it. And there's a number of blog posts that reckon it's the worst song ever. And I have written here. You get. I'm not going to sing it with guitar because it's not really a guitar song, but I'm singing it with your lyrics. So let's see how we go with this. Okay, here we go. I've never seen you looking so preposterous as you did at noon. I've never seen you dance so lovingly. Ooh. I've never seen so many best friends ask you if you wanted to sing. They're looking for a little princess, given half the chance. And I've never seen that pair of pants you're wearing, or the gel hairspray in your hair that's running your leg. I have been hopeless. The lady in blue is playing with me, ear to toe. There's mother here. It's just grandma and godmother. It's where I want to be. But I hardly know this mailman by my side. I'll never cook the way you rest this evening. Rest this evening. It's Lady in Red. Krista Berg is the artist for that one. Thank you. So you guys have just written a different take on on that song. So yes, it is going to be Lady in Red. So as soon as we finish this live stream, oh, my connection is unstable. I really hope it's working. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I won't say anything too major. We'll do that just in case. Unstable connection. It's a pain having a pain of an internet. Can you guys still hear me? It's just saying on my stream that my connection is unstable. Don't know if it is or not. If you can hear me, just enjoy the lake while it says I'm reconnecting. And if not, I'm really sorry. It is the Lady in Red, yes. Beverly, I've missed a comment about your husband. Let me just scroll up and see that. Just while we're waiting for my connection to stabilize. I'm really sorry, Beverly. I really am. I really am. I hope he pulls through as well. People hear me? Okay. What was I going to say? I'm happy for any questions. I have got one or two things that I can pull out for you as well. I don't want to kill this by just talking for no reason though as well. Some parts are on repeat. Sorry. And yes, people hear me. That's excellent. Okay, so sorry for this unstable connection. Okay, so sorry for this unstable connection. Enjoy the sunrise. It is the Lady in Red. So if you stick around after this live stream, it'll just take about half a minute for me then to stick on the sunrise. It is the Lady in Red. So if you stick around till after this live stream, it'll just take about half a minute for me then to stick on the premiere. It's all set up and I just need to do it, and then we can continue in the chat there if you want to. And you can see my take on Lady in Red. And I wonder what it's going to be about, because of course it's not going to be about the Lady in Red. Okay, so I better switch my phone on silent. Yes, it is. Otherwise, it's 7 o'clock now, which means my phone isn't on silent anymore. So I might start getting dings of people texting and doing things like that. So any other questions? Feel free to put them in there. Otherwise, I thought I'm happy to sing you one or two songs. But as I said before, 2023, we're not making any predictions for 2023. And, even just Beverly's comment reminds us all that we're in really, really hard times. I bet you that I could talk to any one of you and hear some really painful stories of what these last few years have done, and I'm really, really sorry for that. How many cats do I have at the moment? We've got one cat. She's not here. She's not really a lap cat, and her name is Macy. And Macy is Afrikaans in South Africa for little girl, so her name means little girl, as well as Maisie being a popular name in English. Have I voted yet at local elections? No. I've got the papers and all ready to do it. We're voting for. So one cat, Macy. I have had plenty of cats before. At one time in my garden, this is when I lived with my family, we had a mother cat who had a little tiny kitten, and they were wild as anything. And we felt sorry for them, and we put out a bit of food for them, and they got to the point that they'd allow us to touch them. But then the mother got pregnant again and had 4 other kittens, and then the 2 suspect dads came. Long story short, we ended up being able to trap them, took them to SPCA, and they got neutered for free and spayed for free, and then they gave them back to us because they had no room for us at the facility to try and rehome. And we could not find, we advertised beautiful kittens, free, but and we could not find we advertised beautiful kittens, free, but to loving homes and stuff. And we were carefully vetting the people that came, and only one person came who wanted them, and he just didn't seem like he cared about them. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I've got a couple of German shepherds. Hopefully they'll leave them alone." And we said, "No, you're not getting any." So we ended up with 4 kittens: the older kitten, the mother cat, and the 2 suspect father. Hopefully they'll leave them alone. And we said, "No, you're not getting any." So we ended up with 4 kittens: the older kitten, the mother cat, and the 2 suspect father cats. And we had our own cat, so we had 9 cats at that time. Unfortunately, we lived on a quite a busy road, and so we did lose a few to that road. And then we moved house, and only one ended up staying. The rest were just innately wild. We ended up moving 3 across because the rest were taken by the road. In New Zealand, many people don't keep cats inside. Really, that's kind of a, why would you do that? I understand in America you would have to, because you got in New Zealand many people don't keep cats inside. Really, that's kind of a, why would you do that? I understand in America you would have to, because you've got predators. Here we don't, but the cats are the predators. But here it was in a city situation, and we moved with 3 and predators. Here we don't, but the cats are the predators. But here it was in a city situation, and we moved with 3, and 2 made it back to the bush by the old house, so we ended up with only 1. Okay, but yeah, now 1 cat, 1 dog. I was going to say, oh yes, I don't know if any of you saw yesterday, I put up that it was the Bohemian Cat City anniversary. So I realized that many people found out my channel because Bohemian Cat City ended up being shared all over the place. It's funny, most people come to my channel for only one of a few songs. In the beginning, it was the Do Re Mi COVID song, and that brought a lot of people. And then I did the Menopause Rhapsody. That brought a bunch of people, and then Bohemian Cat City has been the other one to bring truckloads of people. And then earlier this did a song for Ukraine, which wasn't a funny song, and that brought a lot of people too. So I tend to get these waves of a lot of people going, "Oh, we've just discovered you," and it's from those 4 songs usually. Anyway, Bohemian Cat City was 1 year old yesterday, and I have had a couple of people send me photos and videos in the past of cats especially, but also 1 dog, watching the video and reacting. And I would love it if you've got a pet, if you're able to do it, stick Bohemian Cat City on your TV or your computer and just film or photograph your pet watching it and send it to me. It doesn't have to be the whole song. It could just be 5 seconds, but do it different ones. Otherwise, I'm just going to only have the beginning, and just film their reaction, and whether it's totally blasé. Some dogs, I've seen dogs woofing at the screen. Some cats kind of look at it like this. Other ones, like my one, couldn't care less, but I'm singing around mine all the time. But once I get enough of them, I'll put them together, because apparently reaction videos are a thing. It's like, well, why have people react? People react in far too predictable ways. Let's have animals reacting. So if you'd like to participate in that, send it through to me. My email is on my About page. It's shirley@shirleycan.com. And let me just read through some of these ones. But I would love it if you participated in that. If you're not part of my Facebook group, that's another way you can contact me, through messages in there. Oh, some people are still sending comments for the parts of the song. That's now finished, but maybe people are watching earlier. But that's cool. If we see random words, that's probably why that's happening, which is really cool. Okay. Would you like another song? These are ones I've got 2 ready, and I'm trying to play with the features. I'm going to create a poll, because I've never done this before, and that's going to be fun. So, which song should I sing now? Instead of yes, it's going to be option 1. Excuse my lack of capitals. And this is going to be, okay, let me ask my community and let's see if this works. Hopefully, yes, please, a song. Okay, I've put a poll. Oh, there it is. Which song should I sing now? Let's hope that this works. At the moment, there's 0%, so it may be a lag. At the moment, there's 0%, so it may be a lag. How exciting. Oh, things are working. How was that? Except I can't see the whole thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you're choosing between Sound of Science and Change Your Sheets. These are both songs that I've done this year. I did Change Your Sheets on the 30th of August, if you haven't seen that one, and that's from Ain't She Sweet, which is a very old song that the Beatles famously did as well. And the Sound of Science, I did the Disturbed version instead of the Simon and Garfunkel. This is the original, of course, but I did the Disturbed version of that, which is quite dark, and I had heaps of fun doing that, and I did that towards the end of May this year. I will tell you now that if I say Sound of Science, it's not going to be the same style because I can't do that picking on the guitar. So it'll be more Simon and Garfunkel, I guess, as well. Okay, a few more seconds. We've got 26 votes. How cool is that? It looks like we're going to do Sound of Science. Okay, I'm going to end that poll, and that's what we're going to do. Right, let me get my guitar. And again, enjoy the sunrise. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and I did a song, I think it was last year, about how I kill plants. Can I just say how proud I am of this one? Can I just say how proud I am of this one? Someone gave this one to my husband, Monstera. Sorry, I don't want to move it too much because then the light goes funky. It's a Monstera plant. We've had it for almost a year and it's still alive and it's growing heaps. I'm just so excited. That's an achievement for me. I'm actually keeping the plant alive. It's so exciting. And so, yeah, my husband's colleague was going overseas. I'm impressed too, JH, because that's unusual for me. So let me just check if I'm tuned. Silence. And again, this is live, no filters. So be aware if I make a mistake, too bad. When you see my videos, they are edited, and this one isn't. So this is going to be more the Simon and Garfunkel style, although I kind of make it my own because I can't do the Disturbed version. And also the Disturbed one, I've got to warm my voice up lots and lots and lots to get down as low as they go. So if you listen to that song again, I start very, very low. If you can sing that low as a woman, awesome props to you. I can't. Well, I can, but only when I've warmed up for ages. And I can't when I've been awake for an hour. Okay, also called the Swiss cheese plant. That's right. Is yours alive as well, Barbara? If it is, yay for you. Okay, here we go. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Each evening here you come again. They say it's due to the earth rotating. That can't be true, 'cause I don't feel a thing. There'd be collisions. Oh, why don't they use their brains? It's just insane. There's nothing down in science. They say there's holes in the ozone. Why can't I see them from my home? Don't get me started on gravity. It's all nonsense, just look up and see. Or else birds would fall, planes would crash from the sky mid-flight. Does that seem right? You're just too bound by science. And with my own two eyes I saw the first red leaves of autumn fall. And now you tell me half the world's in spring. Dude, look around you, you must be joking. I knew all along that scientists are weird, yet they're revered. Don't like the sound of science. Fool said I, everyone knows. Sun's from the earth's core, 'cause it rose. Look around, let what you see teach you. Ditch the books, don't let them reach you. Mark my words, or you'll spout their crap as well. You'll be swallowed in that hell of science. The best thing now to do is pray for logic to go away. Is that a critical thought forming? What you doing? Heed my warning. It is time to stop thinking at all. Keep your world small and do not stick around for science. There you go. I really hope you guys could hear it. I can see my connection is unstable and that there's buffering and there's a few comments saying that people can't hear things. I'm really sorry. For those who could hear things, yeah. For those who couldn't, it could be that both our internets are a little bit weak, so them communicating with each other isn't doing too well. Okay, would you like to change your sheets as well? I can finish on that one, I reckon, and then we can move over to the live premiere, if you like, of the Lady in Red song. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A few people have asked would I like to do a live show and stuff like that. I would love to. It would be so much fun. I would need to find some backup musicians because I can't do all this on my own with it, and I would have to find a way to fit it around holidays or otherwise find a way of making it my job. But for people who think that I make a zillion off YouTube, I really don't. And I know Mary Lynn is over here, and a few other people who are on my Patreon. And look, I don't ever want to push people to Patreon, but that is something that I really do appreciate, that the people who are on my Patreon, they're helping by just paying a couple of dollars a month, helps fund things like my guitar strings, like my computer and stuff. Because we're building a house, because we've got other bills to pay, I don't really want to spend too much extra money on song stuff. So that just means I can keep it separate, and this can kind of pay for itself. So awesome, those of you who, oh, Todd, that wasn't me asking you to pay me stuff, but thank you so much. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Look, I'm really not, but thank you. Really do appreciate it. Okay, let's do change your sheets. Now I'm going to look at this one, and I'll probably make chord blunders on this because the chords aren't that easy to remember for this. This is what I've done. This is what I send to the Patreon people. I make song lyrics for each one, and then I do a story behind the song, and I just yesterday printed it out and scribbled all the guitar chords on there as well. Okay, let's reach one, and then I do a story behind the song, and I just yesterday printed it out and scribbled all the guitar chords on there as well. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, here we go. Oh, change your sheets. Smell of sweat and farts. Oh, let me start again. Right, take the nonsense out. Let's do it again. Oh, change your sheets. Smell of sweat and farts and feet. And farts and feet. They are past a healthy life expectancy. Change your sheets. Oh, take my advice. Get your mop out once or twice. 'Cause your car floors are growing biochemistry. Make them nice. You're breeding flies. This fails inspection. I can't look at you guys in the words. I'm just going to keep looking at this. You're breeding flies. This fails inspection. You even try. You'll get infection. Whoa, I retreat. Throw my hands up in defeat. I'm afraid your house will be the death of me. Change your sheets. Oh, clean up, please. You are harboring disease. This is short, too short in life expectancy. Makes me sneeze. It would be nice if you could vacuum once or twice. You are keeping house quite reprehensibly. Dust and lice. I will not try to get perfection, but this pigsty screams of dejection. Oh, change your sheets. Smell of sweat and farts and feet. You're an adult now, time to act sensibly. Change your sheets. There you go. Let's put my guitar in. Look at how it's so beautifully daytime. Considering it's 7:17 a.m., my vocal cords are doing well. I have been talking for an hour, Andrea. And why do I think you're talking directly to you, Andrea? And why do I think you're talking directly to you? I am talking directly to you, Barbara, most definitely. Actually, the background of that song, you know, these days, because I love making these songs so much, these days what I do is I hear a song and almost automatically I change it in my head. But my dear mum is much tidier than I am. I'm not a slob. I'm not a super messy person, excuse me. But I certainly don't have the same exactly high standards as my dear mother. And that's the kind of thing that I sing in a mother's voice. I was actually singing a mother of a teenager who's just left home to go to university. That might be the kind of thing that they'd say to them. And certainly, I think my mum, when she visited my flats when I left home at 17 to go to university, and I was in a hostel for 6 months, hated it, hated it, hated it. And then um, I think you call it flatting in the States as well, I don't know, with housemates, roommates, in the most dingy, grotty dives because they were cheap. And when you're a student, I got a student allowance from the government. I know it's different in every country, but our government does take care of people to a degree, which is kind of nice. And if your family doesn't have a high earning threshold, you get allowances from the government for different things. And so remember, my parents were missionaries; they worked as volunteers since they were in their 20s and right through until they retired, which was a couple of years ago. So they didn't have an income really more than just pay the rent, because they would get donated income from churches and different things like that. And so because of that, I would get I think it was like $250 a week or something from our government, and that paid for rent and everything. And when I was in the hostel, I had $4 left over a week, so I couldn't afford a car. I walked everywhere. But anyway, long story short, being a student was pretty wild, and I worked a lot part time to do that. But anyway, going back to the change your sheet song, I tend to go on tangents. My mother would visit my disgusting houses, and they were disgusting because they were old and cheap, and kind of rolled her eyes and go, "How can you live?" And we were messy. We didn't change our sheets every few days like she did. Yes. So anyway, last chance for questions, last chance for stuff. Otherwise, what we're going to do is I'm going to say, hold that thought, and we're going to go to a premiere. In fact, as I talk to you, sorry if my eyes are not as much there, I am going to launch a premiere. I've got it all ready. Does anyone have any idea what the theme of the song might be? So we're doing Lady in Red. What might it be about? Any thought? Put it in there. I've had this song in my mind for over a year as a song that I've wanted. I just never thought of an appropriate thing to do for it. And it came to me the other day just as a hum. I was like, oh, got to do it. So that's where it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch. If you're subscribers on the channel, hopefully you get a notification. I've got no idea how it works because I can't subscribe to myself, so I really don't know how it actually works. So we are going to public, set as an instant premiere. So exciting. And I'm going to share you the link, and then I want you guys to jump out of here. I'm going to put the link right here in the chat. And can I pin chat? Oh, yes, I can pin the chat. So hopefully you're seeing the chat at the top there, and you will see what it is. And I am going to say, see you later. Thank you so much for joining. And hopefully you can jump onto that link over there. Otherwise, just look on my channel page. It now should be showing not lady in bed, not staring in bed. It's lazy in bed. It's about sleep-ins. This is the first day of holidays, so teachers most definitely will be feeling this way at the moment about just recovering from a term of terms being in bed. Okay, bye everyone. I will see you over in the prayer. Ka kite, which is bye in Māori. See you later. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. It's been lovely chatting with you. We can do this again another time. And listen, feel free to be in touch anytime. I've got a Facebook page. You can message me through there. I've got email, which you can contact through there. I do my best to answer. I will try my best to contact you, but I do love hearing from people. It's heaps of fun. All right, everyone. Cheers. Thank you very much. And I will say goodbye. See ya.